So here we go. So I know you guys already know this, but I'm just, like I said, doing it for whoever wants to check it out later. We're on Wednesday, and so these are the languages that do speak in Khamkchin. I know that during the last meeting, a lot of people were talking about how they had language in their lives growing up and stuff, and a lot of people had like their Inselkchin speaking um, family ties and stuff that they talked about. And so I just wanted to remind people that we are doing Inhamchin, and these are the people that do speak Inhamchin, and more the merrier. Like I really, I only have like one of my great grandparents is Wenatchee or Shin Pashkwashu, but and so it's like just trickles down barely, it seems like, but I feel like it's enough to really want to learn. And even if I didn't, I would still want to just learn it anyway because we need all the help that we can get for language and whatnot. So from the top, there's Shkawach Chinook from Moses, Columbia, Shin Pashkwashu, Wenatchee, Shin Tiatku for Eniat, and Stilamho for Chelan. So for like I said, those are four that do speak, and then the other tribes, bands, and stuff speak in Silkchin or Nez Perce and Palouse. And another thing I wanted to touch on was copyrights and capitalization, just as some tidbits. Our language program has lost materials in the past, and so we just want to make sure that everybody's on board to like keep this like we want to share it and want everybody to learn it and use it and everything, but we don't want other people to just take off with it and copyright it or make their own whatever from all these classes that we're going to be doing. And then just the capitalization is else. Yakri.
Oh, I was just clapping.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm still getting used to the this. Obviously, I was like, is that a hand up or what? So yeah, just want to throw that out there. And then capitalization is just something we don't really do for language work here with the Caldwell Confederated Tribes. We try to keep it all lowercase and stuff, just because we don't want to. This was a decision our elders made, like even a long time ago before I was even thinking about doing anything in language. So I just wanted to remind people because I didn't know that when I started working in language. So I was like capitalizing all this stuff, and then I got working here, and people are like, "You're not supposed to capitalize." So I just want to give people a heads up, just in case they run into somebody that maybe gets grumpy about it. Okay, so this is just kind of the outline here. Wolish equal, like family. Ishktamkin is your relatives. Um, when I work with Pauline, our Incham Chin elder, I will mostly hear her say Wolish equal. So, and a lot of these terms are coming from our like curriculum that we're trying to make, and it's been like a long process just because like I said earlier, like they've been burned before and they're kind of like still hesitant about some things, but this is why we're doing the class. We want to showcase some of the work that we've done. So the family lesson is pretty solid because this is like our foundation of who we are as people. And when you do sorry, that was my alarm. When we do like introductions or anything, you always try to do like your whole family line and whatnot. So that's why I put this lesson first, even though it's really abstract for me to teach. I've always had a tough time, so I was kind of excited to do it online, just because some people might have done worked on the book and stuff that I sent out, or if not, like at least gotten their names written down or have them in your head. So the word list, we're going to talk about possessives and dialogue, or just do like quick little dialogue stuff. So I'm just going to read through these family terms from our elder Saus Ernie Brooks, um, who I want to send some good thoughts to and whatnot too, because he's not doing the greatest right now. Um, he talks about how the Wenatchee, or I don't know if it's totally just Wenatchee, but how Incham Kachin speaking people were more like matriarchal. So that's why it's in this order for me. And so I'm going to start with female terms. So at the top, Tum, 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 Ma'ashtam, 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 Kakia, 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 Statila, 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 Kakana, 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 Shchapa, 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 Tadupa, 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 Kakawa, 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 Kopsha, 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 Kach, Kach, Kach. Oops, what did I do? Sorry. Chaya, 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 Yukwa, 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 Shina, Shina, Shina. So, and if you looked at this list before, you'll notice that there's some terms that are the same and different. This is pretty, like, I feel like unique because for if you are an Insulchin speaker, one thing I come across is like, oh my gosh, Inukhamchin has so many like more family terms. It was like a lot to wrap my head around. And even now I gotta try to think of it like from my perspective and then from my son's perspective too. Because they need to know how to say their older brother and their younger brother, or what to call me and cousins and stuff. So I'm going to go to the male column here. Shkoi, 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 laau, 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 kakia, 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 statila, 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 kakana, 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 shchapa, 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 tadupa, 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 kakawa, 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 kopsha, 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 chaka, 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 khayla, 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 kachk, 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 shincha, shincha, shincha. So those are those family terms. I was trying to think if I wanted to add anything else to this. Oh, the siblings, that's what I was thinking about. They're like older, younger, sister and brother. You can use these for your cousins as well. So, like my oldest son Sneaks that doesn't have any older sisters or older brothers because he's the oldest, but he does have older cousins that he's close with. So we could use those for those terms and whatnot. But I think it's nice, because that's how it is anyway. When you grow up with family so close and getting to visit, you just like end up like siblings anyway. Okay. And I know it's just like 3 of you guys here, but did you guys want to do any um or try them out for yourselves or anything like that?
Mahua wants to.
Oh yeah, with the Adams family in the background.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
don't mind if you want us to. I'm willing to for the sake of the video and for other people. But
okay, well, we'll just go for it. Well, I guess we'll just do it one time through rather than like the 3 times or something, just to let other people hear it and other speakers too. Because that was another thing I wanted to talk about with language is it's good to hear multiple speakers and whatnot. Like for me personally, it's like I want to listen to Pauline more than anything, just because she's our fluent elder. But if we can listen to other people, then we might as well and see how we sound compared to them or things that we can improve upon. Like I know I'm like still trying to work on my pronunciation all the time. Alrighty. Starting from the top on the female column. If you guys want to unmute or even if you want to stay muted and just practice by yourself. Tomb.
do you want us to just say the words, or or what? What? Um.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was just gonna do right now. Is just kind of like repeat after me and or read along or however you want to do it. But I just wanted to go like one time through to see how it does for time for the whatever class is coming up too.
Okay, so we can repeat after you. That sounds good.
Okay.
Or I can. Whoever.
Alrighty. Tomb.
Tum
Ma'ashtam.
ma'ashtam
Kakia.
kia
Shtatila.
shtatila. Those wedge S's, man, they get me.
Kakana.
Kakana.
Shchapa.
Shchapa.
Adupa.
Adupa.
Kakawa.
Kawa.
Kopsha.
Kopsha.
Kach.
Kach.
Chaya.
Chaya.
Yukwa.
Yukwa.
Shina.
Shina.
So move over to the male column. Shkoi.
Koi.
La'au.
La'au.
Kakia.
Kia.
Shtatila.
Shtatila.
It's not just me. That was me on Monday. I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry, guys. Kakana.
Kana.
Chapa.
Chapa.
Adupa.
Tupa.
Awa.
Kawa.
Kopsha.
Kupsa.
Chaka.
Chaka.
Kaila.
Kaila.
Kachk.
Kachk.
Shincha.
Shincha.
Alrighty, Lama. You guys, that's really helpful.
Icha.
Okay. And so the next part I want to talk about is possessives because when you're talking about family and stuff, you're going to say my, your, his or her. And so when you do that, you're going to add prefixes and suffixes to the words. And Cree, if I ever like say other words that don't make sense, let me know because like, sometimes I don't think of my spiel until I'm here. And what's that called again? Anyway.
Okay.
Or I might ask you for help if I see that you're on.
No problem.
Cool. So when you say my, like mom or my grandma, you're going to be adding I and maybe N to the beginning of the word. And the reason I say maybe is because if you can see on this top table thing, you're not going to put the end if the word starts with S, wedges, or bar to L. And we'll talk about that with the examples. And same for your, you're going to do I and at the beginning of that word, just connected to it. And this is different from insulting because they have like an for your instead of in. And so it was really confusing for me for a long time to try to do that. But then now I use in for your more than I do for like with my sons all the time, even if I'm trying to speak in self change them and rather than in change. So eventually you'll get used to it if that's what you've been doing. And then with his or her, you're going to add to the end of your word. And those are the ones we're going to go through today. So my examples here are in tune, my mom for a female, or ishkoi, my mom for a male. So tum and shkoi are perfect examples here just because like tum doesn't start with the S or Bardell or wedges or anything. So you're gonna have both the I and the N at the beginning. So in tum. And same with for your in tum. And then for his or her mom, tum. So that's what it looks like with the N. And then for shkoi, you're gonna drop the N at the beginning, which is gonna sound ishkoi, 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 or shkoish. So there's our example. And then my example sentences. Oh, I meant to say, let's practice with all the family terms. So I'm gonna try to go back here real quick. Oh. So it's looking like 1, 2, 3, like 3 on our female side that you're gonna drop the N. But the rest we're gonna just do in. So I'm just gonna read through from the top. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna try to. What's going on here? Okay, that's what's going on. Okay, so starting from the top for and adding the possessives to it, I'm gonna start in tum, in maashtam, in kia, istatila. So that one I dropped the N because there's the wedge S. In kakana, ish khapa, in adupa, in kakawa, in koksha, in kah, in chaya, in yukwa, ishina. So those are the female terms, and I'm going to go over to the male. I think some guys just got in here, so I'll just real quickly go over to this slide. For family terms, like we use possessives to say my, your, his, or her. And I'm just reading through the list and adding my, we're just doing my mom, my dad, my grandma, so on and so forth. And when you have a word that starts with S, wedges, or barred L, you're going to drop that N at the beginning. So it's just going to be I. So I'm going to start with the male column again. Ishkoi. So that starts with the wedge S, and you're just going to drop the N. So Ishkoi. In Mao. In Kia. Ishtatila. In Kana. Ishkhapa. In Adupa. In Kakawa. In Kopsha. In Chaka. In Khaila. In Kachk. Ishincha. So that would be all of us saying mine or your, my or your family terms. And here are my example sentences. In Kukia and shoots Angie. So if you downloaded that PowerPoint and were able to put in like your family names and stuff, or pictures even, you saw these sentences. Just my maternal grandma's name is Angie, or you filled in your own. And there's two possessives going on in that sentence. So in Kukia, so that's my maternal grandma. In Kukia, Sjuk and Shoots, so name, her. So that's her name. So you add that wedge S to the end of that word. And I meant to try to color code this, but I forgot to. But all that breaks down to is my maternal grandma's name is Angie. And then the next one, Ishtatila Sjuk and Shoots Francis. So my maternal grandpa's name is Francis. Oh, that's what I forgot to do, is put I in there. I, Francis, like he passed away. I'll try to remember to do that later, or somebody can remind me. But so there's a couple possessives just in that sentence alone. Okay.
Do you guys have a specific Annette? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Do
you're
you
good.
guys have a word that you? Do you guys have a word that you guys say for like when your parents or your grandparents or somebody has passed away?
Yeah, and I forgot to add that, and I meant to. So that would be I, so like AY, just before the name or in that sentence. Like Ishtatila Strickland shoots I, Francis. I just totally spaced it out and forgot to put it in there. But yeah, it's a good habit to use it. I know like all of our knowledge keepers are getting pretty old, or some good ones have passed on already and whatnot. So it is in conversation that we use already. Okay, so I'm going to just read through the book that I made for me and my older son Sneaksa, just so you can see more of this and then maybe what you can do with those things I sent out. Hold on, I gotta work through this here. So like in mine, I could go down for these guys and write in I, because I totally forgot to do that. You guys can watch me. I, Francis Tamatoa. And sorry, I thought this was like a little bit more squared away when I did it. Oh, Control Z. But anyway, I'll try to add them later anyway. So Wolish equal, this is my family. In Tum, Stuk and Shoots, Annie Tamatoa. In Maashtam, Stuk and Shoots, Matthew Ives. In Kakia, Stuk and Shoots, Angie Sam Tamatoa. Ishtatila, Stuk and Shoots, I, Francis Tamatoa. In Kakana, Stuk and Shoots, Sharon Sullivan Ives. Ish Chachapa, Stuk and Shoots, Bill Ives. In Upa, Stuk and Shoots, so Christine, James, Sam, Qua, Jeanette, Narcisse, Tamantois. So when you got to the great grandparents, that Qua in there is and. So for your both sides, your family. In Kukawa, Stuk and Shoot, so Harry, Joe, Sam, Qua, Martin, Tamantois. And I don't know my dad's side of the family very well, and I should learn it better. In Kopsha, Stuk and Shoot, so Yaku Mox, Lucy, Michelle, James. Qua, hold on, trying to think here. Sorry, I forgot to finish this one. Anyway, I'll move on real quick. But that's where I got my name from our family, Yakumox. And these are moving on to siblings or cousins. In Kuch, Stuk and Shoots, Christine Finley. In Chaya, Stuk and Shoots, so Taylor, Charlotte Ives. In Yukwa, Stuk and Shoots, Jean Tamantois. Ishina, Stuk and Shoots, Matthew Tamantois Horton. These are my family terms. And then I'll do sneak sets for anybody with sons or any of our males in the class. Ishkoi, Stuk and Shoots, Annette Tamantois. In Alp, Stuk and Shoots, Warren Pingcom. In Maal, Stuk and Shoots, Caleb Lily. In Kia, Stuk and Shoots, Annie Tamantois. Ishtatila, Stuk and Shoots, Matthew Ives. In Kakana, Stuk and Shoots, Mace Sandini. Ishkachapa, Stuk and Shoots, Noel Louis. In Dupa, Stuk and Shoots, Angie Tamantois, Qua Ruth Louis. In Kagawa, Stuk and Shoots, Francis Tamantois, Qua Wilkie Louis. In Kopsa, Stuk and Jutsu, Christine James, Harry Jo Sam, Jeanette Narcisse Tamatwa, Kwa Martin Tamatwa. In Chaka, Stuk and Juts, Ileana. In Kyla, Stuk and Juts, Rosalind. In Kachk, Stuk and Juts, Justice. In Shincha, Stuk and Juts, Masterslaw. That's who's in my lap right now. Okay, get back in here. All right, so if I don't know if anybody was able to work on their book or fill it in, but I just wanted to allow some time if people were able to, and then we could ask, or we could listen to you guys read your family terms or book if anybody's willing. And we'll wait a couple minutes while I get my other stuff ready.
I didn't do my book, but if you need and nobody has anything prepared, I can just run through the list.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and go for it.
All right, I'll just do my perspective here. Intum Stocklenschutz Martina Walshula. In Maashtam Stocklenschutz Martin Walshula. In Kakia Stocklenschutz I Alice Swan Stewart. Istatila Stocklenschutz I Gilbert Stewart. In Kana Stocklenschutz I Genevieve Friedlander. Ishkahapa Stocklenschutz I Gregory Ramos. In Dadupa Stocklenschutz I Lucy Seymour. In Kawa Stocklenschutz I Theodore Swan. In Kupsa Stocklenschutz I Ines Seymour. In Kach Stocklenschutz Anna Tomio. Lutkin, 'cause I don't have a chaya. I don't know how to say that. In Yuquat Stocklenschutz Rio Walshula, and I don't have a Shina either. Yeah. Annette, you're muted. I don't know if you know if you're talking.
My bad. I'm like, anyway, the end of the day, you guys, and I'm sure you guys all feel that. um, so for family, I like my best way for people to learn it personally is just to use it. Like I didn't learn my family until I would practice it and do my introduction in front of people or say that term to my siblings. Otherwise, I just would forget. And that's how I've had to really learn in chain family terms. is with my sons, especially for like the male side. So like now we have a baby Massathal here. So we're always like, oh, there's your kachk. Stamach kastin kachk, or just love your kachk. So now he and I both know what kachk means, and Sneaksit knows that he's the kachk. And so I'll do the same with Sneaksit to Massathal, like, oh, your Sheen chat just loves you and he likes to watch you and learn from you. So the best way to learn family is just to try and use it whenever you can. So here's like a Q&A. So Schwat in Tum Stuk and Shoots. Like, what's your mom's name? In Tum Stuk and Shoots, Annie, or Annie Tamatwa. Here's the other example. Schwat in Tupa Stuk and Shoots. In Tupa Stuk and Shoots, Christine. We can practice reading these, and then I'm gonna ask you guys go through, and we'll just do it with Dupa for now, and then if we want, we can try other terms another day. I know we run through quite a bit of the class, so you guys. I'm gonna start with Mahwal if you're ready. Just going to work with Tupa. And you can just pick one or do both. Schwat and Tupa's chocolate shoots.
Tatupa is different. Is Tatupa? Oh, I'm just reading it like that. That's great grandmother, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. I just couldn't remember because it's different than ours.
Yeah.
Well, Okanagan.
I know. So that's been like a task for me too. So I'm just gonna read it. Like, who's your great grandma? And you can just try to not think about the Christine part because that was just my example. But my great grandma's name is, and then fill in your own. So it's just like I'm so used to you guys being language peeps that I'm like, oh yeah, they got it. Alrighty, Mahwal. Schwat int upas chok and shoots.
In Tupas, Tupunchu, Miss Wistaken. I Miss Wistaken.
Ah, lama.
Then
First.
I ask you, or what?
Oh, if you want to.
I think my audio is lagging or something. Because it seems like whenever I talk, nobody responds and a bit later. Okay, I can ask it. Schwat in Tupas, Tupunchu.
Int upas chok and shoots. I, Christine, James, Sam. Okay. Now I'll move on to some Haichnat, Cree, Schwat int
I'm ready.
Stuk and shoots.
In Tatupa, Stockton Shoots, A. Margaret Valley. Schwatin Tatupa, Stockton, Siakamoks.
Int Tupa Stuk and shoots. Christine, James, Sam. Alrighty. And we move on to Stephen. Schwat int Tupa Stuk and shoots.
Istukun or Inta Tupa Stukunchut Steve Aitam Dick
Gosh.
SWAT Inta Tupa Stukunchuts.
Int Tupa Stuk and shoots. Christine, James, Sam. Mama. Okay, moving down. Jessica, if you're ready. Schwat int Tupa Stuk and shoots. Oh.
Can you hear me?
I got you now.
And Tupa is mom, right?
Tupa is your great grandma. So you can just pick one of your great grandmas. Would it be easier if I moved it over to that big family list?
Mm,
Here,
okay, no. Squat in Tupa.
yeah, so
Hold on. I'm just thinking because I don't really know my mom's side, but I lean towards her side anyway.
I totally get
Okay,
that.
Squat in Tupa. How do you say that last word? I'm sorry.
That's okay. So you're gonna be doing the bottom one in Tupa, Stuk and Chooch, and then your great grandma.
Squat in Tupa. Squat Quintut. Fraser.
Mama, first. Okay, moving down to Winona. I'm gonna unmute you. You're ready. Oh, you got it.
Okay.
So we're doing great grandma still. Schwat in Tupa Stuk and Chooch.
In Tatupa Squappen Shoots I Annie Jim.
Mama, Chassis Howie. So Carmela, going down. You're ready. I'm gonna unmute you. Schwad in Tupa Stuk and Chooch. Oh, hold on. Oh, sorry. I'm just now looking at the chats. My bad. I'll move on. If you are ready to try it out, go ahead and let me know. Move down to Cassie. Schwat in Tupa Stuk and Choots.
Into Tupa Quinchutes, Grace Brown. Schwat in Tupa Quinchutes.
In Tupa Stuk and Choots, Christine, James, Sam. Okay. So Lam, thank you guys all for trying it. I know it's like online and everything, and like I said, I'm still just trying to get a feel for all this, but we went through the whole thing. So that's my like last slide and whatnot. We went through some possessives and family terms. Is there any questions for any of you guys or from any of you guys about today?
I wanna try it again, but I wanna hear you say it first, really slowly.
Okay.
And I wanna try again.
Awesome. Yep, I can do that. I'll move it over here or go back to that screen. So the top of this slide is just like the format of it. So you could use this format with like any family member. And were you here for the possessives talk that I did?
I was not.
Okay.
I didn't know if you guys had a new number and password. I didn't know it was the same.
It's all good.
So I was texting her intern.
It's okay. I meant to give more notice, but I didn't really know that the Grand Kui Dam Zoom meeting was tonight, so I wanted to let people be able to attend both if they wanted to. So that's why I moved it to 4:30. And I was like, oh no, I should have just left it at 5 because not as many people made it. But anyway, so these are possessives that we use with our family terms, or whenever you're saying mine or your, his or her. So like my plate or my brother or things like that. So what you do is you add I and maybe N to the beginning of the word for my, and same with your. Carmela, yep, I can email these. And with S, you add it to the end, that wedge S to the end. So like the dashes are like where a word would be. And if it starts with S, wedge S, or hard L, you're going to drop the N. So this is just a real quick talk through possessives. And then when we go back, sorry, I'm trying to do this real quick. You're going to add it to the words. In tum, in ma'ashtam, in kakia, ishtatila. So this is all saying like mine or your. So the example that we were working through together is in tatupa, your great grandma. So Shwat in tatupa sjuk and chooch. So that's the question. And then the answer would be in tatupa sjuk and choots. And you're gonna fill in your own like great grandma. Either one. I picked Christine just because I wanted to, but I also have like, my great grandma and my grandpa side, Jeanette, Narcisse, or great grandparents on my dad's side that I don't know as well. So anyway, that's why I put Christine there. So you can pick any of your great grandmas. So Schwat in Tatupa Chooch. So who is your great grandma, or what's your great grandma's name? In Tatupa Chooch. Christine, or you're gonna do your own. Jessica, you ready, or did you want
It's
me to?
the S word that I always get caught on. In
Oh,
Tatupa in Squinchoots. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. In Tatupa Squinchoots.
yeah, that one took me a long time to do, like just myself too, and even like switching from another language to this one, it took me a while. So the best thing is just to practice it and try it out, and then kind of get a rhythm going for yourself or something. And then later on, you can always fix pronunciation if you need to. Even now, like I've been learning this for a couple years, and I'm still like fixing pronunciation when I hear it from Pauline or recordings. So like this is more just to try it out. So I just really want it to be like a good thing, and I want you to be comfortable trying it or practicing it. So I will
practice.
I'll ask you. I'll read it one more time, and then I'll ask you the question, and then you can do the answer. So I'm reading it. Schwat in tatupa sjuk and choots. In tatupa sjuk and choots, Christine. So Jessica, Schwat in tatupa sjuk and choots.
In Tatupa Squinchoots, Jewel Fraser. Is that better?
It sounded good. Yeah.
Okay. I got that down.
Awesome.
And I did not know it started at 4:30. I'm sorry. I didn't get no message, or it must have not have popped up on my Facebook, but I didn't see that.
I know. Like I said, I should have just left it at 5 because I was like, oh no, there's less people that are here. But I have it recorded, so that way if you want to watch the beginning, you can. Yeah, but that's all I really wanted to
Okay.
go through tonight. And if anybody wants to practice, I'm down to practice on Zoom and stuff too. So just let me know.
I'll practice with my daughter. She probably knows how to say it.
Oh yeah, they did their introduction a lot. So I think that's what
Yeah.
the thing that they really do know well is probably their introductions, because we'd have them practice that.
Yeah, I'll make her practice. She needs to do something.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna call that good, everybody. Nam nam. Not sure.
Nam
Wait till a minute.
khashtish chawi.
Nam nam.